What is up, everybody? It's Vicious here, and today I'm going to be talking about the Wolong trial that we got. There's a lot of things I want to talk about, and I tried to talk about them earlier, but I ended up having my microphone on mute somehow. Actually, I know how. It's because the PlayStation's microphone was on mute, so my actual mic was on mute. Isn't technology something? Anyway, so there are several things I want to talk about in this trial here. And one of those things is Anubis's impression on the trial itself. Um, so he told me that this game was better than NiOh because it starts you out with like set play styles, even though NiOh does that. Um, I think he just said that because it's on Game Pass, honestly. Like I've noticed his biasness, but anyway, him aside. So there are 5 ways to level up your character. I went with the water virtue route, and I'll explain every single one of them. Well, you can see right there. Wood virtue affects HP and the amount of spirit lost when attacked. Fire virtue. Obviously, I'm looking to the right now. So obviously, it affects your HP, your attack, spirit gain rate, your spirit consumption rate, and a couple of other things, your elemental abilities, you know, what you defend against, what you attack with. Then we have the earth virtue, helps with your deflect gain, your spirit gain when you deflect, and your equipment weight. Metal virtue helps with spirit stability. Wizardry spells, almost said wizardly. And water virtue helps with range weapon power, stealth, and deflect, spirit consumption rate. So interesting, you know. All these things also exist in NiOh in some way, shape, or form. Obviously, wood virtue affecting your HP and amount of spirit loss when attacked. That is basically Constitution. Fire virtue doesn't really. I don't think fire virtue necessarily translates into anything because basically it's gaining stamina back. That might be. I think that's courage. That's like the closest thing you could relate that to. Earth virtue. That's definitely your stamina on NiOh too, because it helps you with your max equipment rate. Metal virtue, that helps with spirit stability and wizardry spells. So basically, this is like the Omeo magic in NiOh 2. And water virtue, of course, is for stealth. This is basically dexterity. There's a couple of things missing, as you'll notice, and that is because it's not a one-to-one of NiOh 2, you know, and you'll start to notice that. Now, my first impression of this game was it was the Team Ninja's answer to what's that game called? Sekiro, right? There's some similar properties to it. You know, you can jump with the character, and like not only that, but your whole playstyle is dependent on the spirit gauge, right? That's that gauge underneath that green bar, and it affects how long you can block. It affects how much you can deflect or move around while deflecting, because you can deflect while moving around. There's no difference in timing, which irritates me. So if you stand still, I don't think the deflect timing is longer. The deflect timing is like really slim. On Sekiro, it's pretty good, but on this game, it's really slim. And by the way, deflect is different from guarding, which is, that irks me. And also, deflect is also tied to dodging. So this is like a small dodge, but also you can have a big dodge, as you can see. And that big dodge has like no iframes, which is very uncharacteristic of a game like this. But anyway, let's get into this game. Now, I'll try and critique this game the best I possibly can after playing it 3 times. Honestly, I think it's fun, but there are some things that I have concerns about. And a couple of them involve like stealth. What's up, everybody? It's Vicious here. I don't know if I had explained it later on in the video, but this is a light comparison between Wolong and NiOh 2. And what I mean by that is obviously this is a demo slash trial slash beta, and they haven't thrown everything at us. So anything I say about this game is just how I feel about the demo. I'm sure that they will make a lot of adjustments before this game comes out. This is how Team Ninja is. They love listening to feedback, and they love doing things outside of the box of like your prototypical Souls-born titles. But I just wanted to say that, and we can continue with the scheduled programming. Stealth is really weird. I know, like, complaining about stealth in like a game that's like a FromSoft title, like a Souls-like game, is weird. But you know, we got Sekiro, and we also have stealth aspects in NiOh 2, which hopefully I can put up a visual aid of that. But yeah, you can dive on top of people. This guy's perception is really bad, but I'm going to climb up here, and he's not going to notice a thing. What's weird is there are some points where you can like run behind the characters or the NPCs and get the backstab on them, and sometimes you can't. I don't know what triggers it. Like, I'm going to try it on this guy right here. Watch this. Okay, it didn't trigger that time, so I missed that opportunity. But I still got him, so it's fine. But also, do you see how there's a number 1 above my green health bar now? That influences how strong you are and how much damage you can take, basically, from what I understand. Not a fan of that. It's a great way to like make it so, you know, New Game Plus isn't so artificially difficult, I guess, but it adds artificial difficulty if you ask me, because, and this is not like a big complaint, I'm just saying what it does. Like, basically every stage you go to is going to be the same amount of difficult, right? It's never going to be like, oh man, this stage is like way difficult because you put it on dream of whatever hard mode that NiOh 2 had. It's going to be difficult because enemies will have a different fortitude level or whatever it's called. Like, this guy is 3, and he'll be able to take more damage. And I'll need to take more of him out before I start cleaving through these guys. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, stealth is weird. It works in a really weird way. Like, I can shoot this guy. Wait till I get my my level up, which is, again, it's annoying because you see over to the lower right hand side, those are your spirit skills, and basically it's magic, it's wizardry, wizardry skills, and they're meant for like this loadout, this stealth loadout, the water virtue. One of them turns you invisible but doesn't mask your steps, which kind of sucks. Hopefully there's an upgrade in the full game. One of them is like a teleport that like doesn't activate mid combo like you want it to, but it does teleport in like different directions if you want. Another is like an icicle that takes way too long to activate, and the other is like just imbuing your weapon with ice for like 2 seconds. But the most useful out of all of them is definitely the turning invisible, because it lets you cheese this game. Or not cheese, it lets you be stealthy. Alright, get my soul level up to 2. Alright, still not up high enough. I'll loot these guys. They always have bad loot, from what I can tell. Alright. See the platforming? You could actually fall to your death in this game. They won't like teleport you upwards. They'll let you like fall to your death, and you'll like actually lose your fortitude rank. But yeah, so here you can set the wizardry spells at these little flag points. As you can see, unseeable form is definitely something that I need to unlock for this build to work, but I need so many kills, which I don't think you'll get below 3 once you get good, so it's not that big of a deal. Ice weapon, I'm not sure exactly what ice does in this game. Aqua blink, as it says, you can teleport, and frozen malice, which I'm going to change. I want to change this to poison or something, because Jesus Christ, I don't know why they think ice is the element for an assassin anyway, or water. And honestly, yeah, I'm going back to toxic weapon. Toxic weapon is just better to me. You know, it drains their life. All right, so this guy's coming up here. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot him in his forehead and shoot him again. All right, so now my level is up to 3, so I'm able to do those moves. And now, like I said, I can turn myself invisible. And you see how my gauge went up? That shit goes down really slow. But if you upgrade, you'll definitely get more spirit gauge back. But a good way to get it back instantly is to just sneak up behind somebody and kill them. Or even just do the critical attack that you get. That's good. One good thing about this game, stealth over NiOh, is when you turn yourself invisible and do something like this, they don't know where you're at. They can't see you. Okay, she didn't kill him for whatever reason. Okay, there we go. I'm going to turn myself invisible again. You get more damage when you jump on top of them instead of, like, you know, assassinating them from behind. Alright. Sorry if I'm over explaining this, but what I just did involved me doing a light combo and then switching to my other weapon by pressing R1 and circle, which is this game's version of a Reposetti. You could use it as a counterattack. It doesn't really work on bigger enemies as well as I'd like, and I think I'll explain a little bit about that later. But yeah, I think I'll switch over to some NiOh 2 gameplay in the same vein as stealth. And we'll see how it compares to what we have in the Wolong demo and why I hope that they improve every aspect of the game, not just stealth. I'm not just making this video because I'm a mark for stealth. I'm making this video because I honestly want Wolong to be a super fun game, and I'm providing as much feedback as possible so I get that, you know, super fun experience. All right, let's continue. So right off the bat, I wanted to show you the quick slots that are available in NiOh 2. Now, by default, I believe you have 1 or 2 different quick slot sorties, I guess you can call them. But you can increase it to 4, which will allow you to have up to 16 either ninjutsus or spells. And look at me go. So I think this right now is on Dream of Demon, I believe, yeah. And so it, like, obviously I'm leveled like to hell and back, and this is like way past mid game. This is like in game gear plus some. This is new game plus gear that I have on, and I just wanted to show you how different it is on NiOh for stealth. Like, for instance, check this out. You see, I've been found out. But if I throw this smoke ball, this guy doesn't know that I'm there. And because I set up a ninjutsu where they can't hear my feet, it doesn't matter that I'm not invisible anymore. As long as they're not turned towards me, I can run as fast as I want. Which I feel like is something that if it was in the Wolong demo, I'd be more confident in that playstyle. Which brings me to another point. I was talking with my podcast mate Anubis, and he was telling me that the thing that's better about Wolong is they actually have set classes. Didn't make a lot of sense to me, and it still doesn't, if I could be totally honest with you, because you can have like so many different types of builds in NiOh. It's actually ridiculous. I have an archer, a ninja assassin. Like, I have a whole bunch of builds that I can even show you here in a bit. But yeah, do you see how much more fun and action packed it is with the stealth in NiOh 2 already than it is with what I've showed you so far at Wolong? Because Wolong seems like it's very like surface level. It's like Elden Ring. You know, people don't want, I know people might not want to hear that, but Elden Ring has like this very surface level stealth aspect to it. And don't get me wrong, NiOh isn't perfect. There's a bunch of things in NiOh that could be improved. Like when you stab an enemy in the back and he can't see you, I think that should just be it. You know, if you stab him in the back and he can't see you, that shouldn't get rid of your invisibility spell. but it does, So that's a critique I levy against NiOh. But in Wolong, I can't really tell what type of game it's trying to be. It's not as fast as NiOh. The amount of weapons so far, then I don't know if there's going to be the same amount of weapons as there are in NiOh. I certainly hope so. I hope there's more. I really wanted a short sword, a reverse grip Kodachi in NiOh 2. So, it'd be nice if there's like a short blade that's better for assassination or something along those lines. But yeah. Even with the stealth not being the best in NiOh, technically, you know what I mean? There's still a lot of like combat that you could do in this game. I could see this enemy right here. They actually have an ability that you can grab that paralyzes opponents. Don't remember if I actually had it in this gameplay, but there I used a smoke bomb again, and they completely forgot that I was there. But I don't remember if I had it in this gameplay, but you can keep your opponent from moving and get critical stabs on them and just keep doing it over and over if you're good with it. That type of stuff, I don't see it happening in Wolong, but then again, this is the demo, so we got to keep an open mind with it. And what's this is going on right now? I think I'm going back to actually show off the paralyzation. Is that word, paralyzation? Paralysis? Yeah. Because it is very good. Like, if you're running a build that's like doing heavy crit hits and trying to be like a stealthy, like a ninja assassin, I definitely say that using the paralysis, what was her name? NiOh or something like that, that's the way to go. But backwards and forwards through the stage, it's really fun just going through and, well, just destroying the opponents, of course. And again, just showing off here, look how much I could just run around them. And it's still fun, and this does get more difficult. It's not like this is just like, some sort of hangout. Like, of course, you have to, there it goes. You have to get through the game, and you need to level up a lot and grind to get your perfect gear. But this is great so far. Anyway, let me show you some more stuff. So that's done. I've dealt with that. So far, this game is alright. It's pretty unique, right? From what I've showed you so far. But let me show you some other stuff while I have your attention. And why it's sort of different from NiOh. And why I don't think it's as good as NiOh. And it doesn't have the same amount of... hold on a second. I like the way another weapon looks. The same amount of depth that NiOh has. Go ahead and switch this here. By the way, what do you think happens when you teleport behind somebody, or teleport at all? Let's see. Let's see what happens when you turn invisible and do it. Oh, he heard me. I want to see something really quickly. Oh, I can't. So see how I use like all of my spirit gauge, just turning invisible. It's actually ridiculous. Like, I turned invisible and I missed the opportunity. So they were like, you know what? He's got to die. He's got to he has to stagger himself. It's your whole resource. It's the only resource that you're allowed to have in this game. And it's kind of wacky. Oh, by the way, check this out. So this cool thing, I'll say, is like over NiOh, right? Just for the simple fact that, they don't notice you're there when you shoot at them, right? Like this guy, I'm gonna shoot him right now. Oh, I guess it doesn't work if you don't headshot them. So you have spirit attacks with every weapon, and basically that's your heavy attack. But that's the only heavy attack you get. You can't press triangle again. That's where I say NiOh is definitely better, because there's different stances. There aren't different stances in this game. You do have different special abilities with weapons. So like, look, special effect. Let's take a look at this. Slice through the ground upward, causing an energy wave to fly forward, right? And we even get to take a look at that right here. It's not that good of a move. That's where it reminds me of Sekiro, because in Sekiro, I believe that the moveset that Sekiro had was really whack. Even when he got like different martial art techniques, they were mostly useless. And that's kind of like how these moves are so far. They don't really do anything. That doesn't really help build a lot of meter against the opponent and help them lose their posture or their spirit. Then there's other weapons that have two. And that's nice, but you don't have a say on which two attacks they have, because they can have more than just these two or more than just this. Like we can see right here. This ring pommel saber has Starfall, right? This one doesn't. So you don't get to choose, which I hope in the main game you get to choose, because it's kind of sucky, if I do say so myself. Because you're losing an aspect of customization that a previous game had. And I think that's like the opposite of progress, right? Here I wanted to stop and show you another part of NiOh 2's depth, where you can actually customize your skill set, which you can attach to equipment sets, so that way you don't have to keep changing stuff over and over. It's so streamlined and it's so nice. As you can see, I got Kunoichi everything with this character. Well, it's my main character. Got Kunoichi Taoist, Sigma, where I have the Ryu Hayabusa moveset, Kunoichi Sniper, where I have the advantage with the bows and the swords, and a Kasurigama. You know, this type of depth I want to see in Wo Long. And if I don't see it, it's fine. I'm sure it'll be a great game. But I do hope that at some point, Team Ninja will go back in this direction. And again, I need the ability to like hush my feet, because sneaking around like this is annoying. It's not very cool. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel good showing you this, but it is what it is. You know? Oh, hey, I got a new ring pommel saber. I wonder if it meteor shower. And it scales better with other aspects that I haven't upgraded. Right? You know what? Actually, let's see what it looks like. Meteor shower. I'll take that. I'll take that. Now let me see if I can get you guys to see how this stealth works. Really wacky. See how I shot him in the face? But when I shot the other guy earlier, he was like completely fucking fine. He was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna like run at this invisible lady. It's all weird. It's all weird, and some of it's very inconsistent. Hell, I'll say it's inconsistent how well they see you. Like, there's a guy over here, right? There's two dudes. Look at this guy. Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and cap this dude. Alright. So he's done. By the way, getting arrows in this game, I don't even know how I got so many arrows. Look. Why can't this guy see me? He just now saw me. Alright. Okay. Go ahead, get it all out. Look how bad the deflect is in this game. This hampers everything. It hampers everything. Like, I know you might be thinking, oh, well, you know, you just suck at the game and the game is just, it's new. But I played Sekiro, I didn't have problems deflecting. You know, I played NiOh 2, I didn't have problems deflecting. The problem for me isn't the deflection, it's just the timing. The timing is really bad with this, at least in my opinion. Like, I just pressed it, like, not that second time, but I definitely pressed it, but I didn't get anything out of it. There are counterattacks like Reaper Zetis, but they have the same timing. I just did it. And every time you do a Reposetti, it switches what weapon you're using. Not a fan of that. But it is a neat way to continue the combo, I guess, because you could do stuff like this. And you can mash square as much as you like. That doesn't make a difference. But yeah, that's basically where I'm at with this game when it comes to like the combat. It's really, really weird how we went from NiOh 2 to this. And I understand there are some people that are going to be like, oh, well, you're just a fanboy of NiOh 2. Like, I like NiOh 2 because the innovations made to the genre. This feels like stepping back a bit, but maybe it's because of the trial version. You know, it could just be that, oh man, this is the trial version, so it's not going to be as good as the main game. And I totally understand that. Wow, I can't believe that. I couldn't run out of the fucking way. And the other guy, he had no perception of what's going on. Look at him. He's just in bliss over there. You know, I know that this is stealth, but you should be drawn towards me. But I talked enough about the stealth. Like I said, the combat, I feel like the combat could be much better than what it is. Like, you only have this one combo. You just mash on square, and like I said, you have to switch your weapon in order to keep attacking, right? And a continuous attack is not something that I think you should be able to do in a game often. But this game, I feel like it has like a good balance of it. But at the same time, it's like, why don't you just have like a fucking, you know, heavy attack combo? You just did it in the last game you made. Look at the teleport that messes up the camera, by the way. Teleporting forward is a bad idea. Again, keep in mind, this is a game that's still in development. Like, I'm trying not to be too hard on it, but there are some things like I just gotta get off my chest. You know, this is how it is. I like how I got 0 elixir right there. All right, so I'm gonna squirt some poison at this very dangerous looking tiger. I'm sorry, did he not get affected by that? Great. Well, I tried to dodge, but the game, like I said, like, it has a bad parry timing to me. And that teleport has like a bad recovery. Jeez, man. My whole gauge. And I couldn't parry in the middle of any of that, by the way. There, I did the Reposetti like they want me to do, but the Reposetti is not invincible. It's not invincible, and it doesn't keep them from moving. Like, there's no enemy that particularly works on, and I think that's kind of it's kind of whack. If I do say so myself. I'm over here trying to fight these enemies, right? And some of them just aren't affected. Like that tiger wasn't affected by anything I did. You know, I just had to keep wailing on it. And I'm sure there's like an aspect of skill to it, because I've like definitely fought the bastard before. There's a couple of them on this beta, but they don't seem to be affected by anything really, at least not my weapons. I don't think it's because I'm on water virtue. I just think that the game just isn't built to, I don't know, deal with that. Like, it wants you so bad to deflect and parry, but those things aren't that strong. They aren't strong tools, you know. I'm not afraid to say it. I also hope that they plan on adding, oops. They plan on adding some way to, I believe it's called transmog, so you can transform your outfits to look like whatever you want, and weapons too, because some of these weapons, like, I just don't like on this demo. I can't like lie to you. The recovery on these moves are just abysmal, man. Alright, so here's some gameplay with my dual sword character, well, dual sword variant in NiOh 2. So I was just saying that the recovery is like atrocious in Wolong with the dual swords, and it's the assassin weapon. These I don't consider like an assassin weapon, but I do love the moveset. I love the moveset on most of the weapons on the entire game. Actually, all of them on NiOh 2. Maybe that's my problem. I just can't get it out of my head. And I'm perfectly willing to like accept my own bias of which game I like more. But you know, I'm just saying that Team Ninja is developing, or is the developer of both titles, and I just can't help but to think of this game. I mean, isn't this cool? I imbue my dual swords with lightning, so when I get that status effect on an opponent, they slow down, and I could do a lot of cool stuff to them, right? Oh, hey, I got hit. Guess what? I'm going to heal very quickly, and I'm going to get back to it. I don't know why I switched to that. I think it was an accident. It's been a while since I actually played the game, but I do love playing all sorts of different types of characters on this game. I call this loadout in particular Kunoichi Speed, obviously because I can slow down the opponent, but I have different things attached to this character, or at least this loadout, that make it so speed is like the main focus. I have lightning and jutsu that slows enemies down. I got attacks that slow enemies down. I have talismans that I can throw that slow the enemy down that are magic. You know, there's a way you can like really make a whole bunch of different styles in this game. I was trying to see if I had the deflect projectiles whatever skill with the switchblade, but I don't with this loadout, which is the beauty of this game, because I could have something that's geared towards defense and have a switchblade. Even though switchblade is like one of the most offensive tools in the game, you know, I could do that. And right there, I just laid down something to slow them all down while doing some magic that took like very little time to do. I got stabbed there because I got sloppy, but I think I was trying to show off how the character has an actual move where you dodge, and while you're recovering from the dodge, you get extra iframes, which you'll see in a bit. That type of depth, I want, you know. But if you're willing to like take a break, you just want something that's more like FromSoft-like. I'll say FromSoft-like because, you know, that's the best I could say. I don't know if it really speaks for the whole genre. I think we should start saying FromSoft-like instead of like Soulsborne-like, because that term is getting like a little too loose. Obviously, this guy isn't gonna like, you know, give me the opportunity to capture that dodge like I want, so I have to go to this dude over here. Come on, fella. And there we go. And we got it. Now it's time to go back to Wolong. Oh, great. Okay, I just totally missed the timing. That was me. Like, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I missed the timing. That's just the truth. And now we have like a little mini boss. Man, that poison does not accumulate. Of course. I know you're wondering, did Vicious beat that bird? Trust me, I did. I beat the bird, and I beat it several times. But that's not going to change the fact that this game is very pretty. This game has a lot of potential, given who's working on it. And if it's anything like its predecessor, if it's even like a fraction of the same game that NiOh 2 was, I think we're in for a treat. I do, however, want some things to be adjusted. That's just me personally. Some other people might think that this is great, and they think that, I don't know, NiOh 2 is a little bit too overbearing, and there's too much UI, there's too much of everything that they don't want to see in a game right now. And I can understand that NiOh 2 isn't for everybody. But this game, so far, like I said, it's cool. It's more of a game I would definitely buy at a later date than day one buy for me personally. At the moment, I need to see more. And let me know what you guys think. Do you want to see more? Do you think that this game has surpassed NiOh 2? Or do you think that it's a very comparable game? Don't give me any of that. You can't compare the two stuff. They're both Souls-like games. Like, let's be honest. Hit me up in the comments and be sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for more.